Okay, guys, I shared a video about one man of God in one African country that said if a woman is controlling you, that you should divorce her. I'm so pained. Now man, now they doing fellow man, like man, human beings, now they doing fellow man. And I'm not surprised. You see this life, nothing really surprises me. As you all see me, so nothing they surprise me. Why I talk and say, if you are a true child of God and you marry the word of God and you know that everything about you, you just want Christ's nature to just come into your daily life, there are some things you shouldn't listen to. There are some men of God you shouldn't listen to. Even as we they go the church, then back, but we go they wise for the church where they go, because where all the kata kata for this life starts now church, you get. So, and if you really marry the teachings of God, if you're married to it as is a lifestyle, not the one your pastor taught you, not the one your pastor taught you in church, I mean the fake pastors, you would actually remember that God told us something. He said on the last days that there are going to be so many false prophets. Apart from all the crises we are going to be facing, apart from all the kata, the natural disaster and rumors of war and the rest thing, he said so many false prophets would arise. They would perform miracles in his name. He also said that they would raise the dead. In fact, even reach and create human being, then go do them. So why am I so pained? I am pained because women, we are in a time where people fail to understand that what is applicable to a woman's crime in character behavior is same with a man, is equal. But people just want to push everything to a woman. See a so-called man of God, whom I know that cannot even chase one demon, you've even healed a madman. He's opening his mouth to tell men that if a woman is controlling you, you should divorce her. In the time of Moses, that was the law. But when Christ came, all that changed. So which is to mean that in Christendom, if you are married, if you get married, you are married. There is no form of divorce. So everything about marriage begins from your day one as an adult. The day you know you are matured and ripe to be married, you are ready to be stupid, foolish, tolerant. You are ready. Love is not easy. I've said this thing before. People do not understand those things I post. Who told you love is easy? Love is not easy. If love was easy, Christ wouldn't have made some comments. For the people he came to die for, they are still hardened. Mind. They are still tough. So what did this man say that pissed me off? Why is a woman always your problem? The congregations you have there is already under control. So you are already guilty for the word control, that you are saying men should divorce their wives if she is controlling them. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying is right, but I'm saying that both a man controlling a woman is not good. A woman controlling a man is not good. Both men and women is guilty of the same crime. Do you know the amount of men that are controlling women? Do you know the amount of women that are loving? So when you talk about control, who is really common on? It's common in the men to control women. I always tell women, on herself. Before you ever marry, discover yourself. Not be to go club, go do this and rubbish your life. Not be to discover self. Say, okay, I don't grow finish if I'm married. Now discover yourself spiritually. When you get to that point where you have the wisdom, knowledge, spiritual power, and understanding on how to make a thing, create a thing, and how to die a thing, you would now know that you're ready for marriage. And when you are about going to marriage, you communicate yourself to a man, having an understanding on the same path to know that, Oga, I am like you. Why? Because in the eyes of God, both male and female is same. If not, God would have said, let us make male and female in our own image. Why didn't God say that? Why didn't God make the sex? Why did he emphasize the sex? In the eyes of God, read everything that God said, spoke in his mouth about man. He did not genderize it, a man and a woman. When he uses man, it means the being that the potter molded with his hand. He created a man, he created a woman, but he named them what? He said they are man. When it comes to orderliness in marriage, God has already ordered it. So why do you cause more problems in people's home? Because in that congregation, there are some mad men who will be so happy. Why? Because they idolize men of God and the things and the rubbish they teach. Everybody wakes up and says, I'm ordained. Do you know what it is to be an ordained? Every human being genuinely ordained, called by God, it is already a settled thing in heaven before it comes down to earth, spirituality, which is to say that God has chosen everybody. You will already know it's not everybody that will do his will, but those specific ones that God created for end time assignments, whether our forefathers, then whether even where they exist, we see that they fall, by the way, are still falling. When God chooses you as a prophet or a prophetess or a seer, you see these three positions, what that happens is before you were born, they have ordained you already. So you, even when you are gallivanting, maybe you're a sinner, you haven't known Christ and you're young or however, do you know that you would have an encounter with the Lord over that? I speak as an evidence. That is where I had the spiritual knowledge about whosoever God has chosen. So why do you, I'm not surprised though, first of all, but I just wonder why you people just like chaos. The world is already in chaos. Marriages are divorcing like, it'll be like as in they shit every day, like piss and shit. That's the era. We're already in end time. And you open your mouth to cause more havoc to homes. So in your congregation, amongst them, there's a man controlling a woman. There's a woman controlling a man. The man just said, nah, I need to divorce the wife. Then the man that is controlling the wife, he has just seen a point to understand that, oh, I'm the only one permitted to control my wife. You speak about India, Oga. You don't know jack about Indian marriage. By God's grace, I was raised by Indians. And I have Indian siblings. Divorce is also high in India. In fact, India is even has so many things. Everything where they happen for the world, they happen. Just that there's something unique about their kind of marriage. A woman knows their place because of their culture, their religion. They are so dedicated in their religion. That is why you false prophets go there to take powers to pollute our own religion. So if you want to speak about it, don't speak about it that a woman knows her place. This, that is a lie. Divorce is also rampant in India. People divorce. They do boyfriend, girlfriend. They date 10 to 20 men before the women go and marry a man. So India is not even where you would go to. Because what is applicable to every nation or the America is happening in India. Just that when these people, they travel outside their country, they have a very good way of, portraying the good side of their marriage. I'm not saying India is, but I'm trying to tell you that it's the same poison, the same parasites everywhere. So if Indian people living in Nigeria here, they will tell, you will see them, the woman know her place. Not be man, not be two people together to work out marriage. You make it look like a woman is a slave. You just add more salt upon pepper upon injury. You say, people will hate you for this. Of course, you already been hated. Because if you are a genuine man of God, you watch your tongue. You will not think out of unnecessary confidence that I'm speaking. You're being wowed by your congregation. Most of you, your inheritance is on earth. It's the sheep that are there that are blind and deaf that don't understand. Don't come out and pin anything on a woman. Even God does not pin it on a woman. God puts it equal on everybody. You just boosted one man's ego. When would you so-called men of God, I even feel somehow putting God, because God is too holy and pure. You are changing the word of God, the teaching of the Lord. That's the best solution you can give. I'm not saying that person where they marriage and they work, say it may not borrow sense. Brother, sister, if you did marriage and they work, it's like wearing a shoe that doesn't fit. Should you need somebody to tell you that, oh, you need to adjust the shoe or you put the shoe? I always tell people, don't advise any person for anything called marriage or relationship. Don't give an advice. I don't give people advice in relationship. Because I never advise myself finish. Because nobody is perfect. So you men of God, watch the things you say. If you are genuine, if you must say it the way the Bible stated it. Don't just come out and voice out rubbish. The congregation, you see some people clapped. It's those useless men in your congregation that clapped. And the women were just giggling. They don't even want to react. Somebody like me, I go react loud. You go hear them. So God talk like that. Since when have you become God?